living, pursuing her craft in a daily way, with neighbors she knows by name, with grocery lists, a garden, a few close friends of her own choosing, and time to think. As with the completion of each new manuscript, I once more, first of all, thank my mother, who not only sustains me by her faith, but who has taught me so much about real freedom by leaving me free to be myself. My deep thanks also to my beloved friend, Joyce Blackburn, who gives as much unselfish attention to my manuscripts as she gives to her own, and with whom I feel I am able to think as clearly, or more clearly, than when I think alone. Dr. Anna B. Mao has again given me the valued, loving service of checking my content and of supplying many valid suggestions, all of which I took. I am indebted to Marjorie Hoagland for research in the Library of Congress, and to Francis Pitts and others who shared their freeing experiences with me and who have prayed for me as I wrote. Mr. Floyd Thatcher of Zondervan Publishing House has given me not only unselfishly of his time and editorial energies, but of his encouragement and friendship. It is to his real helpmeet, Harriet Thatcher, that I owe the discovery of the pertinent Daniel Webster quotation on liberty, which formed one of the strong themes of the book. My dear friend and neighbor, Elsie Goodwillie, can never be adequately thanked for her skillful management of the typescript and for her personal caring that we both make it our best effort. One final word now that it is finished. The writing has convinced me that the wider place of freedom in God is so wide, we will all forever be convinced that we are always just entering. Eugenia Price, St. Simon's Island, Georgia, April, 1966. Part 1. God grants liberty only to those who love it. Daniel Webster. So if the Son liberates you, makes you free men, then you are really and unquestionably free. John chapter 8, verse 36, the Amplified Bible. God is still alive and free. This is not a book to prove that God is alive or that freedom is necessary. It is a book to urge Christians to recognize not only their need for more of the freedom the living God longs to give, but to urge a more daring willingness to receive His gift of creative liberty, to urge us to walk strong in our confidence in God's forgiving love, out into the wider, freer place He has prepared for us. 1. God is still alive and free. This is not a book to prove that God is alive, nor is it a book to prove the necessity for the kind of spiritual freedom God offers. Most of us are aware of the freedom claims made by the exponents of the New Radical Theology. The more I read of the freedom of which they write, the more I become convinced of the liberty offered by the Son of the eternally alive God. There is nothing new about the periodic theological outbursts which seem to gain impetus by tearing down the old rather than clarifying the true. Nietzsche was saying the same things almost a century ago. Where God is concerned, it is impossible to tear down the old or to discover anything radically new, except as life in God is always renewing itself. God is neither new nor old. He is the beginning and the end. The minds of uncertain people can be confused by theological tirades, old or new, but God cannot be confused, killed off, or diminished. And no amount of declared new freedom found in any so-called new theology can really compete with the freedom Jesus promised when He said, "If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed." For man to claim new knowledge of God in no way changes God. He is just the same as He was yesterday, and He will be the same forever. Men can propagate new ideas about Him, can pronounce Him dead, but in no way can He be changed. The minds of those whose faith in Him is wobbly or second-hand can be changed, shaken up. Even the faithful heart can be deeply disturbed, wounded, as my mother expresses it. But God is eternal, or Jesus was wrong, because He said, "I and the Father are one."